Senior public officers from across all ministries, private sector personnel and representatives from civil society organizations converged at the Royalton Hotel for a 2-week strategizing session dubbed St. Lucia Social and Economic Labs. Phillip Dalsou, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Economic Planning, Transport and Civil Aviation, said this exercise represents a continuation of a process started in April of this year, where the Cabinet of Ministers, Permanent Secretaries, senior public officers and the private sector agreed on 6 priority areas that the country should focus on over the next 4 years.
This process, essentially today, will provide the forum for discussion on those 6 key priority areas. It will be a process that will be over 2 weeks, in which we will be problem solving some of the complex problems and issues that are challenges in those respective sectors. So we expect that through a collaborative and cooperative approach that we can develop solutions, and the emphasis on solutions, because far too often we place far more emphasis on blame. And what we want to do is to solve some of the critical problems in those priority sectors.
The key priority areas selected with the greatest impact on the lives of most St. Lucians are tourism, agriculture, infrastructure, healthcare, education and crime. Dalsou stressed that the output of this exercise will not be another report, but to develop detailed implementation plans for each priority sector.
It is expected that these plans will be incorporated into the budget process for 2019-2020, so that by the time we start implementing the budget for 2019-2020, we would be clear in terms of our implementation strategy, and hopefully we would have a major increase in the implementation rates of our projects and programs.
Contracted to lead this process is Permandu Associates, a global management consulting company focused on government transformation, business turnaround and strategic communication. Chris Chu, engagement manager for the Economic and Social Labs, said the ultimate goal is to identify game changers in the 6 priority areas that move the needle.
And so over the next 2 weeks, what will be happening here is we will be detailing out what are these game changers meant to be like. What are the problems facing them? How can we unblock those problems? And ultimately, what are the recommendations that we need to make for our senior leadership to move forward? So the most important thing for every participant who comes here is we need to be ready to participate. Nobody is a silent listener. Nobody sits at the back watching or listening without contributing. Everybody is a contributor to this exercise.
He emphasized on what the public could expect from the development of the medium-term development strategy.
The goal of this strategy is basically to deliver GDP growth of 4 to 5%, job creation, and private investment. And within these 3 areas, what people should be able to expect is a vibrant and robust economy, a government that can deliver on what it promises and on the projects that it commits to, and ultimately an improved social outcome.
The Permandu official is optimistic for the success of this activity, as the stakeholders involved in the development of the strategy will be the same ones involved in its implementation and delivery. For the National Competitiveness and Productivity Unit, Glenn Simon reporting.